You've seen how high the prices can be for these stove covers, so I'll show you how to make one for a gas or electric stove that's cheap and easy for beginners. I start by measuring the stove top. We need the distance from front to back and side to side. And the stove cover is going to work whether you have an electric or gas stove, and you'll see why later. I went to Lowe's and got one of these edge glued panels in the 20-inch width since my depth measurement was 21 inches. Now these come in widths from 12 inches up to 24, so get whatever is closest to the depth of your stove. I also picked up some 1x2 boards to use for trim, but if you have a gas stove with tall burner grates, you'll want to get some 1x3s or 1x4s. I laid out my panel and checked for square to see which side to measure from. And I wanted this to be really easy, so I'm not even going to use my table saw. I just measured 28 inches from each corner, which is my stove width, and used a straight edge to draw a guideline. And I clamped that straight edge to my board. Just a quick tip, be sure to account for the distance from the saw blade to the edge of the base plate so your cut isn't short. Don't forget your safety gear, and I'm just going to use my circular saw to cut. Once the panel is cut, I measure and cut the trim pieces for the short ends first, and I'm just using my square to guide my saw for these quick cuts. Now the length of the front trim piece is going to include the panel and the two side trim pieces. And this length should be the same as your original side-to-side stove measurement. We're almost ready to assemble, but first we need to sand everything smooth. I went over all my pieces with 80 grit sandpaper, then 120 grit. Now to assemble, I patched up a couple of knots with wood filler and kept it simple using just brad and wood glue. I was planning to use some 1¼ inch nails, but found some 1½ ones in my nailer and decided to go with those. But 1¼ inch would do just fine too. I applied the glue to the trim pieces and placed them on each side. Then used a couple of clamps to keep them in place while I added a few nails to each side. Now, of course, I'm going to show you my mishaps so you know how to fix things if they happen to you. Here, a couple of nails went in at an angle and through the board. So to fix this, first off, do not use a hammer. It will just put dents in the wood and the nail won't budge. So I used some needle nose pliers to wiggle the end back and forth till it broke off. Then I used a nail punch to push in that sharp edge that was left. A little wood filler in those spots will camouflage my oops. Now I'll attach the third trim piece, but I have one more quick fix I made because the clamps left slight dents in the wood. To avoid this, just grab a piece of scrap wood to place in between the project and the clamp. And I was able to smooth those dents out though. I like to knock down the sharp edges of the wood using sandpaper to slightly round it, and rather than stain my stove cover, I decided to make a paint wash, which keeps the cost nice and low. I just mixed a 1-to-1 ratio with the paint and water, brushed it on, let it sit for about 20 seconds, and then wiped it with a damp rag. Now this color was a little too orange for me and I wasn't happy with it, so I mixed a couple of other colors until I ended up with this look. We'll go over the total cost in a second, but first, to seal my cover, I used my favorite water-based polyurethane as a top coat, which I did 3 thin layers of. And finally, I added these poles that I found for half off at Hobby Lobby. Now here is the final look and the cost breakdown. And I'm only including the part of the panel used for this project, so stay tuned to see how I use the rest. And I'm just basing the paint and finishing cost on the amount that I used. Not bad for around $30, give or take. Now this should go without saying, but please never put these on your stove unless it's completely cool. As we know, wood is flammable. Otherwise, stove covers are great to create an extra surface with limited counter space, and this design allows the other side to be used as a large tray. Let me know what you think in the comments and if you'll be making a stove cover for yourself or as a gift. And check out the playlist on the screen for more easy wood projects. As always, thanks for watching.